some of the most prominent forum for hip hop.
Wake your ass up.
Yeah, it's early in the morning, but they told me it was y'all. I said, oh, hell yeah, I'm getting up.
The world's most dangerous morning show. DJ Envy.
Your people's choice.
Angela Yee.
I'm a sweetheart, but I'll cut you.
Charlamagne the God.
Prince of pissing people off.
I can't believe you guys are the best, kid. Collectively known as
Breakfast Club, bitches.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, TJ Envy.
Charlamagne the God. He's I guess he's on his way.
Oh, I thought he was just there.
Well, that's the yo 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 yo
Oh,
yo
it
yo
fooled
yo's
me.
we use to get people excited and up and ready for the morning. And it's Thursday. Yes, today is Thursday. Good morning to you.
I'm exhausted.
How are you feeling? You tired? What you did yesterday? Anything?
Yeah. Well, stupidly, you know, it is really hot out, and I was like, I'm gonna go for a little jog in the park, but I tried to go early before it got really hot, so that was rough. And then my parents came over. That's always exhausting. It's like babysitting when kids come over.
Yes.
So that's what that felt like. And then the alarm started going off at the juice bar at like 3 o'clock this morning. So I've pretty much been up since then, dealing with, I don't know what happened, but yeah. So then I couldn't go back to sleep.
Well, yesterday I had to go to the podiatrist.
Podiatrist, what was your foot?
I have athlete's foot.
Oh, you got fungus.
Athlete's foot.
Yeah, it's
You're
fungus.
not an athlete.
Right. That's what I said. But no.
So your feet stink, because you know when people have athlete's feet.
No, they don't stink.
It does. It definitely does.
It does not stink.
It does.
You want to smell it now?
Is that why you
That's
took
not
down your OnlyFans page where it was just your feet?
I don't have an OnlyFans
You
page for
had.
just my feet. Somebody
So
You don't now, but you had.
Somebody created that. It wasn't me.
So it's black under your toenails?
It's not black under my toenails. It was a little a scabby. I know my body, so it was a little scabby. Yeah, you want to see? It was like peeling. Like the bottom of my feet was like peeling.
I'm telling you, man, if you've been listening to the Breakfast Club for a long time, bro, it's only a matter of time before you start hearing about more aging things like this.
Nah, well, it wasn't.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with age. What happened is my son,
Scaly
he wears my
rash.
sneakers, and he's an
You
athlete.
know why? Because he's 18.
Right.
Okay, you old, bro.
So he wears my sneakers, and he wears my slippers and my kicks. And I guess sometimes he doesn't wear socks. And, when I throw on my shoes to run around the house or to run to get the kids or
So
whatever
you have
it may be.
moist, raw skin.
Right. So right now I have moist, raw skin. So
You can get monkeypox like that.
what?
I don't know.
You should get the
I thought monkeypox had something to do with your skin. I thought it was skin-to-skin
I
contact
don't
or
know.
something like that.
So that's what happened. So my son, we wear the same size, which is a size 10.
Wow.
And he's been wearing my kicks, my sneakers, my
Look
slippers,
at
my Uggs,
this.
and all that stuff around the house. And now, because of that,
You
I
said
have,
your Uggs?
Yeah, my Uggs.
Isn't it kind of hot to be wearing Uggs?
No, they're like flip-flop Uggs.
Oh.
They got the
You
holes
were-
in them. You wear them when I go to the pool.
I thought you were wearing Uggs, like, the winter boots.
No, not those type of Uggs.
You sure athlete's foot ain't got nothing to do with age?
No.
Okay.
No. It's just, I got it from my son.
Yeah, anybody could get it at any age.
Any
it has
age.
to do with, but that means that your feet have fungus on it.
Yeah, my feet have fungus on it right
The older we get, you're going to start hearing about our doctor's appointments, okay? I just want y'all to know that. That's going to be a regular segment on the Breakfast Club soon, as old as we are, okay? It's going to be about our regular scheduled doctor appointments. I got a colon, I'm going to get a colon thing next month. Colonoscopy next month I'm going to get.
Oh, we going together?
We're not going together,
What'd
but
you
I
call
already
us?
have mine scheduled. Mine been scheduled for a couple of months.
I'm going.
I'm going.
We
next
going together.
August.
In Jersey,
August.
right?
Man,
So
don't
wait,
worry about where
so
I'm going. Don't
every-
worry about where I'm going to be bent
We
over
going together.
with my ass open, okay?
We going together.
Don't worry about that.
We
So
going
did you
together.
have to
right?
take medicine? What do you have to do?
No, I went to the doctor. Now mind you, I had to go to the doctor yesterday. Every nurse and everybody is young as hell. So it was like, yeah, we seen your name. We knew you were coming. I went to the doctor. The doctor looked at my foot. He was like, yeah, it's athlete's foot. Here's some cream. Put this cream for 3 days. You good money.
What a cream.
What?
Where is the cream?
At
Did you
my
bring it
house.
with you?
What,
I didn't know if you had to apply it this morning.
You going to apply it for me?
I was going
I'll bring it-
to remind you.
I'll bring it tomorrow if you want to apply
I was going
the
to remind
cream.
you, Claude. I was going to remind you. Ray was going to remind Claude that you need to put his cream on his feet.
I'll bring the cream tomorrow
okay?
if you're going to do it for me.
I'm not going to do it for you, but I'll remind you.
No,
And you know
want
it
to
could
do tomorrow.
spread to other places, too.
Yes, that's why he was like, yeah, I'm glad you caught it early.
Ooh.
All right. But
WebMD tells you
athlete
everything.
ass.
I ain't telling y'all no more. You said what?
Nothing.
What you say?
Nothing. I ain't saying
Oh, my
What you
gosh,
say?
you could get
Start the show.
ringworm.
Now I had a.
Can you start the show?
I was going to tell you one more. I did have one in between my legs one time.
You had ringworm?
No, I had it wasn't athlete's foot, but it was
just
like
being kinky now.
No, it wasn't. It was when I used to ride motorcycles. And when you sit on the thing, you used to get hot.
never rode no motorcycle
Yes, I did.
ever. You used to ride tricycles.
No,
bro.
You know what? I ain't
10
talking.
speeds.
I'm not
Now all of a
talking
sudden
about-
it's a motorcycle.
I
You
used
was
to ride
not a rough
motorcycles.
rider. You're a liar. You used to have on
It's a
biker
lie.
shorts with the gel in your butt and the
Before that bike,
the knee
I used
pads.
to have a motorcycle.
You was never a
All my
rough
bike
rider.
riders know
You a
between the
10
legs
speeder.
it would get warm and it would
You
get
a
low.
10 speeder.
You know what? I ain't messing with
Cut
you.
it out.
Man, you are a liar,
I'm
and
not.
you've always been a liar.
That's not true. Let's get the show cracking. I hate y'all. I hate coming here and being free. I can't even be free in a place of work.
You be a freak, yeah?
I said free. I didn't say
Oh,
free.
I'm sorry. I didn't have my headphones on.
Front page news, what we talking about? I
Well,
hate
let's talk
y'all.
about these dangerously high temperatures that are persisting throughout the weekend. Millions of Americans will be experiencing triple-digit heat.
That'll cause rashes, just by the way, that heat. Anyway, and you know what he told me? He told me you should put powder in your shoes. I thought that we weren't doing baby powder anymore.
You don't have to do baby powder. There's other kinds of powder.
Just make sure it's not Johnson
It's like
& Johnson.
jock itch in your feet.
Put Johnson & Johnson on. You're going to get more than a rash.
All right, I hate y'all. Front page news is next. Let's go. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get some front page news. Where we starting, Yeezy?
All right, well, more than 85% of Americans are getting ready for temperatures above 90 degrees throughout the weekend. They said millions in the south central U.S. are expected to experience readings in the triple digits. So that means more than 80 million people are under various heat alerts. So everybody, you have to be really careful as you're bracing for the heat. A lot of places are opening up community centers. And if you can avoid being outside and somehow conserve power so that systems can continue to operate, they're asking everybody to do that so you can get through it together.
Why y'all acting like y'all don't know how to, move through some heat, man? I'm from South Carolina. You stay in the house when it's too hot, and then when it get a little cooler in the evening, you go outside.
Yeah, but sometimes the systems overheat and overload. I've been getting a lot of alerts saying, in case your heat or your electricity goes out when everybody's on it because it's 100 degrees in some places.
We didn't have that growing up. We had the fan in the window, and you leave the door open and it had the screen door closed. That's all.
So it's really
It's
bad.
gonna be a hot one.
But if all the power goes out, your fan won't work either.
That's true.
So
So you be outside.
that's when you got to go outside and
That's
sit
right.
under some shade.
All right. And President
sit
Joe
on the
Biden
porch.
announced yesterday a set of executive actions that he's taking on climate change. All of that is because he tried to do a wider climate change agenda, and that did not happen due to Congress. He said Congress is not acting as it should. Here's what Joe Biden had to say.
As president, I have a responsibility to act with urgency and resolve when our nation faces clear and present danger. And that's what climate change is about. The health of our citizens and our communities is literally at stake. The UN's leading international climate scientists call the latest climate report nothing less than, quote, code red for humanity. We see it here in America, in red states and blue states. Extreme weather events costing $145 billion in damages just last year. I've flown over the vast majority of them out west and down in Louisiana, all across America. It's amazing to see.
Right now, he also said that he'll be investing $2.3 billion in funding for FEMA's Resilient Infrastructure Program in fiscal 2022. And so that will broaden the low-income energy assistance program to include cooling centers and energy-efficient air conditioners.
Can money really fix what man has ruined in regards to Mother Nature? It doesn't feel like it.
Now, he also did talk about when it comes to climate change, he thinks about jobs as well, and jobs building wind turbines and helping union jobs that will help, do all kinds of things that can help prevent climate change from taking over. He said today over 100 million Americans are suffering from extreme heat. I announced that I'll make a historic investment in resilient infrastructure that will help communities across the U.S. prepare for disasters like the heat waves we are seeing today. That includes a program that will allow states to help vulnerable households with cooling. And through the bipartisan infrastructure law, he said, I'm working to weatherize homes, make them more efficient, lowering energy costs for families, and so on.
Can humans actually reverse climate change, though?
They can try to do things to
slow it down, I'm sure.
and then, they could potentially make things better. Like, think about during pandemic, which is still going on now, when people weren't using their cars and people weren't using riding on public transportation and all of that as much, going into office buildings. There were a lot more animals outside and things like that. So it did help. That's
why I feel like the earth is going to repair itself, you know, and the earth is going to eventually get rid of everything that is causing it trouble, including us humans. We are the virus when it comes to the earth.
All right. Well,
we are what's making the earth sick.
That is your front page news.
All right. Did y'all see the video of Biden not knowing what seat to sit in?
Oh, I thought he was playing musical chairs.
Was that what he was playing?
I thought he was playing a game. He wasn't playing a game.
So who's running the country? Because Biden...
President Joe Manchin. I told y'all this already. How many? I've been telling you this for 2 years.
He was shaking hands with people that didn't exist. Then he was playing musical chairs.
Joe Manchin runs this country. Y'all know this already, guys and gals. Come on. Stop.
All right. Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what up, though? This is Drew from the 313. Good morning.
Drew, what up, man? Get it off your chest.
First of all, good morning, Breakfast Club, DJ Envy, Angelique, Charlamagne the God.
Drew.
Everything you guys do.
Good morning.
What up, my guy?
What up? Charlamagne, I got a little beef with you, man. I listened to your podcast, man, and you made a comment on there that was disturbing.
What I said?
As much as you do for the community, the black community, I'm just trying to understand how you've never seen The Wire.
I never seen The Wire, man. I don't know, man. I should be ashamed of myself. I know. I've never seen The Wire.
The black committee, we're going to have to, we may have to look at your black card and think about some things.
I never avoided it. I just never saw it.
That show jump-started a lot of people's careers, too.
I'm not going to lie. I never seen The Wire either.
What?
Well, you're Dominican, though, so that's understandable.
I never seen The Wire.
So when they make the Weebay jokes, you don't understand?
I mean,
I understand the Weebay jokes.
I've seen some, the clips and stuff like that, but I've never watched a full episode of The Wire.
And The Wire is so culturally relevant. Even if you haven't seen the show, you understand the cultural references. But I've never watched.
Yeah, I've never seen The Wire. But the reason I never seen it is The Wire came out when I was really on my grind doing so many parties and so many shows, so I never had a chance to sit down and watch it. During that time, I never watched no TV during that time.
I don't know why I never watched The Wire, because I watched everything else. I watched Sopranos, I watched True Blood. Like, I just never saw The Wire.
I started watching The Wire when it first started because my boy Hassan played Weebay, and I remember he was like, yo, I just got a role on this HBO show. And that's why I started watching it from the very beginning, and it was amazing.
Hello,
Jamie
who's
Hector
this?
was on there. Idris Elba.
This is Dominique from Duval.
Duval! What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Yeah, first and foremost, morning, Envy, morning.
Morning.
Morning, Charlamagne.
What up, brother?
But yeah, I want to get off my chest. I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, man. She's a stay-at-home mom. Take care of all our 4 kids. While she's doing that, she's a chef, too. So if you here in Duval, you can follow her at The Pretty Brown Chef on Instagram. Is DA_PrettyBrown_chef. And is Charlamagne in today?
I'm right here, King.
Man, it's been about 4 months, man. I have yet to receive my book.
Jesus Christ. Eddie, y'all ain't mailed the books out?
They said they mailed
Eddie said he mailed them out.
Well, you hold on and we'll see if we can get you a book, brother.
All right, man. Y'all have a good morning.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, hello? Get it off your chest, bro.
My fault. Yeah, I'm just want to say, man, top of the morning to everybody, man. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I got a good job. I can't complain. I'm alive. That's all that matters, man.
That's it.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Happy to be here.
Just want to let y'all know, man. Like, I do baseball stuff. I don't know if y'all know about baseball, but I do baseball, man. I do all of that, man. It's called Greene knows baseball. I do everything, man, for real.
What does that even mean? Man. You do baseball? What does that mean?
You train.
Like I do I do podcasts. I talk about baseball. I'm an analyst for Major League and stuff like that. Like a lot of black people don't even be in that stuff, but I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? Changing the game.
Got you.
All right, that's what it is. But keep it going. What's the name of your podcast, man?
Akiri Knows Baseball. I got Instagram, Twitter, everything. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I think you should get rid of the base and just call it. What's your name? Akiri Knows Balls. I think that
whatever.
No, I think that'll go far, man.
I don't know if that'll go that far.
What you mean?
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up right now. And happy birthday to Jose Rivera from the Got Credit. Shout to the whole team over there. Today is his birthday, so wishing him a happy birthday. All right, get it off your chest. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
Hey, how's it going? My name is Manny. I got Donkey of the Day. I have 2 actually that I want to give.
Talk to me, Manny.
First Donkey of the Day goes to whoever lives in Florida that stole my debit card number. They ran it up. I'm not going to lie. They ran it up. Luckily, my bank, I realized what's going on. They gave me the money back, but it was a whole headache.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Donkey of the Day for that person.
How much did they spend?
Yeah, how much was it?
Yeah, how much did they spend?
They spent probably almost $3,000. And the thing is, I don't check my account as frequently. It's when I was paying a bill, and I was like, oh, let me check my account so I pay this bill. And I realized they hit me. I'm like, yo, I'm not in Florida. Like, what?
Well, you know what you do, bro? You know what you do, and I tell everybody to do this. It's a hassle, but I can only take up to $500 out my account a day. And I can only spend $1,000.
That's what I do now.
Okay, and I can only spend $1,000 on my card without having to call. So if somebody steals my card, if they try to take cash, they only give $500. Or if they try to charge it, it's only $1,000 before they call me. So that way they can tell you, because I mean it is what it is.
Yeah, I love the fact that my bank knows my habits. You know what I mean? Even Amex, they know my habits. They're like, he ain't spend that.
I'm with a smaller bank. It's a credit union, so they, their technology is not, up to date like, the bigger banks. But I just learned that they have like a system where I can't, like, I said it where anything over $50,
they gotta call you
automatically.
Well, yeah,
they send you a text.
They send you a text, because what winds up happening is you really have to spend something, and you have to go inside a mall and you buy it, and then they'll send you a text, and then there won't be any service in that mall. So then you got to walk outside the mall to say yes to the text, and you got to run back inside. So let them just text to call you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Keep doing what y'all doing. Thank you.
Thank you, King.
All right, bro. Have a good one. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way.
Man, so there are these charges of incest sex crimes against Ricky Martin, and he will be testifying against his own nephew. We'll give you more details.
Okay. All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Listen up. This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report.
Gossip.
With Angela Yee.
It's The Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Okay, well, Ricky Martin is going to be appearing on Zoom before a judge in Puerto Rico today. That is after he has denied these accusations that he and his 21-year-old nephew had a romantic or sexual relationship for 7 months. Now, according to Ricky Martin's attorney, Marty Singer, he told the Post that the person who made these claims is struggling with deep mental health challenges. Ricky Martin has, of course, never been and would never be involved in any kind of sexual or romantic relationship with his nephew. But according to the protection order that was entered against Ricky Martin, they're saying that he fears for his safety. And I guess we'll see. And if these claims are proven to be true by any chance, Ricky Martin could face 5 decades in prison, 50 years in prison under Puerto Rico's laws for incest charges. So today, he's in court. All right, now let's talk about horror movies, one of my favorite topics. According to reports and according to Twitter, 50 Cent's new horror movie, Skill House, has people already really nervous, freaked out, and everything. It hasn't even been released, but according to Twitter, they said they shot a kill scene and the camera operator became so nauseated that he passed out and the camera crashed to the ground. And they said they had to stop everything for half an hour, and he is okay, but they said get ready for some crazy-ish. Now, 50 Cent also shared a message. He said, crazy night. One of our cameramen passed out cold for 30 minutes from the scene, couldn't take how real it was. We're elevating horror to the next level. This is going to change the rules of the game.
Yeah, I don't like horror movies.
I love them.
I don't pay people to scare me. And it's too much real fear out here to be manufacturing it. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't do scary movies. I'm going to support Fifth, but I just don't do scary movies.
I cannot wait to see it now.
I'll post it on Instagram. I ain't going to watch it.
But I just...
Now, the film is reportedly going to focus on social media and influencer culture, as well as the lengths that people are willing to go to obtain and maintain that fame.
That doesn't sound like a horror movie. That sounds like real life.
A lot of horror movies are based on real life.
Huh?
Based on true stories. There's a lot of horror movies that are based on true stories.
No, you're right, because I know Freddie. I've seen Freddie before.
I don't know if you've seen The Conjuring or The Exorcist or any of those movies, but those are real stories.
Yeah, I know that.
Based on real stories. All right, now, Jordan Peele by the way, speaking of horror movies, people are saying that his new movie Nope is going to do really well. It's coming out tomorrow. And according to Rotten Tomatoes, the score is just above 80% based on early reviews. And also Get Out and Us, he did those movies as well. So he has a lot of critical acclaim for those. And so somebody compared him to John Carpenter. That was Adam Ellis. He said, I know this is a hot take, but at what point do we declare Jordan Peele the best horror director of all time? Can you think of another horror director that had 3 great films, let alone 3 in a row? I can't. And Jordan Peele responded, sir, please put the phone down. I beg you. He said, sorry, I love your enthusiasm, but I will just not tolerate any John Carpenter slander. So he's not trying to be compared in that way, and he's giving John Carpenter his props. He did Halloween. He did The Thing, The Fog, Christine, In the Mouth of Madness, and all of those. So
man, what about people like Wes Craven? Wes Craven was a beast.
Yeah, I mean, like, these are 3 horror movies, but you know, they are all movies that have done extremely well really quickly. So that's why that happened.
Yeah, I don't even watch horror movies, and I know Wes Craven. You know, and John Carpenter. So that lets you know that they're the kings of that genre. But Jordan Peele's on his way.
Mm-hmm. Now, Issa Rae was recently doing interviews because you know her show Rap-ish is coming on tonight, right? Isn't tonight?
I think it's out already.
July 21st. Is today the 21st?
Yeah, I think it premiered at midnight.
Yeah, so that's out tonight. So that's the release date for Rap-ish. It's going to be 8 episodes in total. The first 2 episodes actually come out today, so you can watch that. But she recently did a sit-down interview where she discusses the show, and one of the things she talked about is why she named the show Rap-ish.
So you obviously knew when you named the show Rap that this would be a problem.
I did it. Yes, I anticipated that it was a tentative title. And then I talked to HBO Legal, like, what can we get away with? Because we had an asterisk in the title, and then we replaced it with an exclamation point. And they were like, it's totally fine. Like, TV Guide can print that. And so then it was like, yes, it's out there, but now it's on billboards and little kids are seeing it. And sorry, parents, but they can read, which is great.
Yeah, if your kid can read, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, she also told Seth Meyers on Late Night with Seth Meyers how she got the idea for the show.
What gave you this idea?
I am a huge rap fan, and this idea has kind of been gestating for a while. I've always wanted to have something set in the music world, and this is just such an exciting time. Like, there's so many dope female rappers who are out here killing it, and one of my favorite producers, a male, happened to say that all women rap about now is like their vaginas, like it's all the same, all the same. And I was like, that's not fair, because men rap about the same thing all the time. And so that kind of double standard really interested me.
All right, in addition to that, she also talked about staying behind the scenes and not having to be in front of the cameras this time.
You were only behind the scenes on this show.
Yes.
Are you super happy?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I was writing this show while filming season 5 of Insecure. I was tired of being on camera, and I was like, what can I write where I can get out of this city? Because I wrote it during quarantine. I was like, ooh, where do I want to be next? Ooh. If the show gets picked up, Miami. And then it was just like, I just get to be behind the scenes and direct. I mean, from not literally direct, but like as a producer, give notes to the amazing cast and contribute to the story. And so it was a lot of fun. It was a different muscle.
Dropping the clues bombs for the big boss, Issa Rae, man.
Absolutely. Sounds so dope.
Let me tell you something. That woman,
check it out.
That woman, I'm telling you, the way she empowers people and puts folks in positions to win is very admirable and should be duplicated by all humans who have the ability to do it. She got Sarita Singleton as the showrunner for Rap. I don't know Sarita, but she used to be a writer on Insecure, so she bossed up, so salute to her. She's got JT and Young Miami as executive producers of the show. She got Kid Fury as a writer, and he's on the show. Pretty V is on the show, and it's all because Issa Rae is a mother effing boss. Drop on the clues bombs for Issa Rae again, man.
All right, well, today's the day, so make sure y'all check out Rap-ish. I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.
All right.
And I'll never understand TV's logic with curse words either. Like,
what you mean?
Like the rap, like people curse every day, B. Like you can't hide curse words. Like it's a
radio
common
also
word.
Then.
It's very common though. It's a common word. Like
yeah, but there's young kids that listen to it. They don't want their kids to listen to it. And the same thing with normal TV. They don't want their kids to watch that.
Shut down social media then. Because they're going to see all them words on social media and hear them at school
Some
every
people
day.
don't let their kids be on social media.
Yeah, my kids ain't on social media.
But majority of kids are.
No, they're not.
Majority of kids. What are we talking about?
My kids? You said
What
majority
age
of
are
my
we
kids?
talking here?
Majority of kids.
Oh,
Shut
my
up.
kids.
Let's go to commercial.
No, I mean, because you can do what you want your kids.
All right, go.
All right, everybody just play curses
The
everywhere.
majority of
No,
your kids.
my kids.
Yes, but you know what? You do have a lot of kids, so that is
Yes.
majority of kids in the world.
No, it's not.
Majority of kids in the world are your kids.
No, it's not.
Majority of kids in the world are yours and Nick Cannon's and Kiki White.
And Elon Musk.
And Elon Musk.
No, Elon ain't touching y'all. How much Elon got?
Like 16.
Wow. He up there.
He up there.
Yeah, he up there. Yeah, I ain't know he was with y'all.
But my kids ain't on social media. Just
Yeah,
the
mine
two
neither.
older ones. All right. Well, front page news next. Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our audible pick of the day is Moriarty, The Devil's Game. This original series asks, what if Sherlock Holmes was the real villain and his famous nemesis was framed? Start listening with a free 30-day Audible trial at audible.com/breakfastclub.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Where we starting, Yeezy?
All right. Well, the January 6 hearings are continuing today, and the committee will present new witnesses and evidence about what Donald Trump was doing during the attack on the Capitol. They do expect more hearings this year as well. So they're talking about that 3-hour period during which Donald Trump refused to call off a violent mob of his supporters who were attacking police. They're going to talk about, it was 187 minutes altogether. They're going to be talking about that, and the finale in a series of 8 televised public hearings is today, but there's going to be some more later this year. So they said the story is going to tell that in that time, Donald Trump refused to act to defend the Capitol as a violent mob stormed the Capitol with the aim of stopping the counting of the electoral votes and blocking the transfer of power. According to a committee aide, Trump was directing a mob that he, the former president, knew was armed and pointing them toward the Capitol, telling them to fight like hell and march to the Capitol and spurring them down Pennsylvania Avenue. They said there will be new information presented at the 8 p.m. Eastern Time hearing, some of it recently obtained by the special House panel. It's going to be about 2 hours long.
Yeah, it's wild to me that they had the former chief advisor of Donald Trump, Steve Bannon, on trial, and they rested the case after 2 witnesses. Just 2.
Now, Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, his family members, allies, and GOP lawmakers will be discussed during the hearing as well. And so we get to see that tonight.
Like I said, all of this is for nothing if they don't prosecute Trump, and I don't have no hope that the DOJ is going to do the right thing.
All right, Georgia's 6-week abortion ban is going to go into effect immediately. This is a very unorthodox ruling. Instead of it taking place later this summer and going into effect then, as it was initially expected, they are saying this is taking effect right now. Abortion rights advocates are saying that this is horrific. And so under the legislation, abortions in that state are banned after about 6 weeks. There are exceptions for medical emergencies. But the law also redefines natural person under Georgia law to mean any human being, including an unborn child, including an embryo or fetus at any stage of development. So the court's ruling typically wouldn't have taken effect until it issued an official mandate. Usually that's about 28 days after a decision, but they did say that this can go into effect right now. All right, and the White House has said that there are 1 million affordable broadband program sign-ups so far. They're going to be announcing this today. That is American households that have signed up for broadband internet credits through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That is a provision from the bipartisan infrastructure bill that was passed last year. So they're saying it's a very important milestone and a concrete example of the administration's efforts to lower costs for Americans amid high inflation. And that's about lowering costs and giving people opportunity. It was a very aggressive effort. It's happened over the past couple of months. It represents hundreds of millions of dollars in cost saving for American families. So that actually provides eligible households a $30 monthly credit to the cost of their internet service plan, or a $75 monthly credit for households living on tribal lands. All right, that is your front page news.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Yesterday, we were having a conversation on air. We reported that they caught some kids that were breaking into homes, right, Yee?
Yes, they were discussing, it was like a whole effort that's been going on for a couple of years now, and these kids have been breaking into homes. Marlo Hampton was one of the latest victims. Here's what she had to say about that invasion.
When I heard the boom, when I heard my nephew scream, and I knew that scream was a scream of fear, my heart dropped.
So we're asking 800-585-1051. Yesterday we had this conversation. Charlamagne thought that these kids should get how much? How much time?
Oh, you keep saying kids. What is kids? What's the age range?
Well, there's 4 suspected gang members who are now in custody. I think some of them are teenagers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they vary from 17 to in their late 20s.
I think that the penalty for home invasions, because home invasions are different than breaking and entering burglary. Like breaking and entering a burglary usually happen when nobody's at home. Home invasions mean that you are, plotting to kick in a door, knowing that somebody is in there. Could be kids, could be older people, whatever it is, and you're planning to do whatever to get what it is that you want. You know what I mean? So I think that the sentences for home invasion should be very, 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 very harsh.
And you think it should be 25 years? You were saying yesterday.
Well, I mean, if they kids, and if they're kids and they go in at 25 means what I think you do. How long do you stay in there when you're underage?
25 usually got to do sometimes 60% of the time.
But
if
even
federal is 85%.
But when you're a kid, I don't know if you stay there the whole.
You do 17. Well, it depends because you could be 17 and still be tried as an adult in some places.
Well, either way, if somebody breaks into your house with a home invasion, right? You're not thinking about the age.
Correct.
If you got your pistol in there, you're going to grab your pistol and you're going to get the blamming, right? Correct.
Yeah, so far 4 men were arrested and charged. But they said it's a gang that includes other members, and it's 15 home invasions or burglaries that they're suspected.
So either way, the penalty is harsh. Whether you run up in somebody's house and they kill you, or you get locked up and they throw you under the jail. So the moral of the story is there has to be something that prevents these home invasions from happening in the first place.
All right, so let's talk about it. I think 25 to life is a long time, especially for a teenager, 17 years old. Now, mind you, I've been a victim of a robbery. I've been a victim of attempted carjacking. I've been a victim of a lot of these things. Never a home invasion, though. But I will say some of these kids are stupid. We've all done so many stupid things as a young kids, as 16, 17, and 18-year-old, that we look back and be like, woo, we could have went to jail, or woo, we could be dead. Does that mean I want that kid to go to life for 25, go to jail for 25 years?
But you said you shoot them if they come in your house.
I will shoot anybody that comes to my house. I don't care what size, what age, what color, whatever. You come to my house when I'm at my crib and you're not invited, I'm going to shoot you because all I'm thinking is you're coming to hurt me.
And but that's what I'm saying. So it should be a harsh penalty.
In one of the cases, somebody was shot and seriously wounded.
That's what I'm saying. Whether it's 25 years in jail or the person getting shot and killed when they do the home invasion, it's still a harsh penalty.
Well, let's take the phone. We'll take your phone calls when we come back. Let's discuss. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about these kids in Atlanta that got arrested for home invasion. What's the story, Easy?
Yeah, so Marlo Hampton was talking about this, and her house was one of the homes broken into. But these 4 people have been arrested so far. They're tied to what they're saying 15 different home invasions, and they're also looking for a 33-year-old man, they said, who was the ringleader of this.
Now, like I said, do I feel like they should get time? Absolutely. But my whole thing is when they're young kids, when they're 16 or 17 or 18, we all do stupid things at that age. And I don't want to see a 17-year-old kid or 18-year-old kid get 25 years to life. Now, if they kill somebody, that's something different, because we make a lot of stupid decisions. I did a lot of stupid things that if I'd have got caught, or if somebody didn't help me, or whatever it may have been, I might have been in jail for a long time.
All of that is true, Envy, but you contradict yourself because you said as soon as these kids come in your house, you're going to blow their brains off.
Anybody come to my house, I'm not going to check the safety.
Okay, then.
But I'm not going to be like, hey,
that's
you
my
a teen?
point.
You a teen? Oh, you a teen? I ain't going to let you know.
I think it's okay, a case-by-case basis. Some of these people might have been doing this for a long time, been arrested, have criminal records. Now, if it's a 17-year-old kid that this is their first time getting in trouble for something, and, but I will say this is 15 different cases that they're saying that they're investigating that they might be tied to. So that's a lot. So that's very risky. But I will say if they're young, they don't have a record, I think you have to look at each individual.
You say that, but what if it's their first time committing a crime and it's a home invasion and they end up, tying up some young kid or tying up somebody's grandma and pistol whipping them? It's
well, that's more than just a home invasion. That's more charges.
I feel it, though.
But if you run up in somebody's house with guns, you're not going there for nothing nice. That's the thing that's different about these. So I think when you think home invasions, you thinking it's just a burglary, it's just breaking and entering. It's like, no, you're kicking in somebody's door, knowing that there's a family in there, you got guns. What else are you there for other than some like really different type of premeditated evil?
I got you. Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's up? What's up? This Matt from Atlanta.
What's up, brother? What's going on?
Man, I was gonna say, you got kids, so specifically, you can't really just give them like no full 25 to life. They gotta get at least like maybe 5 to 10 at the most, because once you do a little time for a fact, it's gonna make you a break. No cap.
See, I agree. I think kids, you give them a little less time. If they over a certain age, then you lock them up 25 years because you know what you're doing. But some of these kids are 17 years old. They're OGs like, yo, let's go get this quick little money. It's quick. We ain't going to get caught. We just going to steal some bread. And I get it. It sounds tempting. You do something stupid. But what I want to see a 17-year-old go to jail for 25 years, I wouldn't want to see.
Depends what they did.
It depends what they did.
Depends what they did.
You give them about 5. You give them about 5. That's like, what, 22, 23, I think, off the top of the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, look. That's gonna show him a little bit like when he get out, he's gonna be like, I need to be a man and step up.
I would hope so.
Step up.
But you gotta at least present these really harsh sentences to make people think about it. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason that, you know, we don't just go out there and commit crimes every day because you're thinking about it. You're like, if I know if I do this, it's gonna lead to this.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, it's Nicole.
Hey, Nicole.
Peace,
Talk to
Nicole.
us, Nicole. What's your thoughts, mama?
So I agree with Charlamagne. Maybe not 25 years, but like 15 to 20, because you can't play it on that kids going to be kids. They're going to make dumb decisions because they're going to grow up and be adults one day. And then you're going to have adults running around doing home invasions, and then what?
That's right.
No, I mean, I do think the kids should get time. I'm not saying kids should just walk free and get my high
He's
five.
saying not 25
I just
years.
think 25 is a long time for a
I mean,
kid.
do we all know people that have gone to jail at a young age and actually been rehabilitated? And
Yes.
helped? Yes.
A lot.
So
I know a few.
Right. So I don't think you should assume that somebody makes a decision and they're going to turn into an adult doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still had to go to jail and do some
Right.
time.
I'm not saying nobody should go to jail, but we're saying not 25 years.
And listen,
if you're like 17 years old, that's your everything.
Listen, the reality
True,
is.
but think about if the person whose house you go into, if they kill
That's
you,
right.
now you dead. And
Well, that's not that's murder. That's something else.
But that's the whole point of a home invasion. Like, to me, if you run up in somebody's house with a gun, to me, you could potentially do all of those things, and all of that should be accounted for in court.
Right. But I also know a lot of stupid kids that feel like my intention is not to hurt somebody. My intention is to scare them. Like, because most people, when they see a gun, they get scared. They get messed stuff, and we never have to shoot. We see it in movies all the time. We hear the stories all the time. Oh, we weren't intending on shooting anybody. We just wanted to scare them.
What that mean?
Sometimes it goes left. And
Or
you
we
do
thought
it.
nobody was home. We were trying to break in.
What that mean, though?
Listen, it's wrong. Wrong is wrong.
You still got to deal with the consequences of your actions. That's right. You made a poor choice. You still got to deal with the consequences of that poor choice. That's why my dad used to always tell me trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out of.
That's a fact.
That's the reason you have to think about these choices before you make them.
800-585-1051. We were talking about these kids that just got picked up in Atlanta for doing home invasions. We were talking about time. I feel like if they're younger teens, 16, 17, 18, I think 25 years is a lot. Maybe 12, maybe 7, maybe 10, just to get them on the right way. 25 years, you're taking a majority of their life, and we've all done stupid things to make mistakes. So what are your thoughts? Let's talk about it.
I think when you say stupid things to make mistakes, it's the difference between like taking your mom's car to go to McDonald's. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Or having a party at your house.
Bro, but you did some stuff that could have got you locked up for a long time.
I did criminal things.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
But now look at you now. You've evolved, and you're encouraging people in the positive way and changing lives.
By the grace of God, by the grace of God, the first charge I ever got, luckily, nobody got hit when a shot was fired. That's just by the grace of God. If somebody would have got hit, my dumb ass would have been in jail, still probably in jail in South Carolina right now, just coming home.
Well, you'd have loved it.
Man, shut up. See what I'm saying? But by the way, you're contradicting yourself every time you have this conversation because you said you would kill one of these little boys if they came in your house.
I'd kill anybody that come in my house.
Man, shut up, man.
I don't care what they
Why
are.
are we even having this conversation?
They could be male, female. They can identify as a bear. It don't matter what you are. You come into my house.
So you want the judicial system to have grace, but ain't no grace in the Casey house.
Oh, am I going to ask? You come in my house? Yes. I'm firing.
I'm with you.
Hey, it is what it is. Don't come in my house. I'm scared. I'm shooting everybody. I got 6 kids.
Damn.
And then if you get past Chuck, then I'm really scared.
Who is Chuck?
My dog.
Ain't nobody scared of that punk ass dog.
Why you keep playing with that punk ass dog?
That punk ass
you keep
dog.
playing with that dog. 800-585-1051. What are your thoughts? Call us now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me.
Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic.
Come on.
800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about these group of home invaders that were robbing houses in Atlanta. And we're asking, you know, what do you think they should get? Charlamagne believes they should get 25 to life. I think it should be a little less than that.
We should be presented with
10 years.
You should be presented with 25 to life. Like, the sentence has to be harsh. And the reason the sentence has to be harsh is because it'll make people think twice about committing these crimes. I mean, the reality is, in order to prevent things like home invasions or any kind of crime, you just have to provide more resources for the youth. You know what I'm saying? You got to provide more opportunity, you know, for the youth. That's number one. But for those who choose to still commit those crimes, even though they have more than enough examples to see none of this works out for them, you got to make an example out of them.
And
man.
I think it depends on a case by case. Like the 33-year-old ringleader who they're looking for that put these kids up to it, yes. But I think if you're a 17-year-old kid, you've never been in trouble before, you fell into something that was completely wrong, I wouldn't give you 25 years to life for that.
By the grace of God, nobody's been hurt in these situations. I think
well, one person did get shot.
One person got shot and wounded.
Seriously wounded.
But think about the crime. Kicking in someone's door, knowing a family is in there, not knowing if it's kids, not knowing if it's older people, whatever. You got guns. That's a different type of premeditated evil, man. You got to make an example out of people like that.
Yeah, somebody kicked down my door. I'm firing everything that I have, and I got a bunch of them, and then I'll figure it out later.
So if you can throw everything in the kitchen sink at the kids, how come the court system can't? Because they are. That's the whole point. We know they are.
Because at this point, I'm protecting my life and I'm protecting my family's life. Now it's over. Now you got to say, well, why did you do this? Now you got to talk to the kid's mental. What made you want to do this? Was it the OGs? Was it you thought you could get fast money? Now you understanding what you did. Some of these kids that do this stupid ish, they might be the next. Who knows?
Listen, I believe in correction, but if you don't have at least the threat of a harsh sentence, these kids are going to be encouraged to continue to do these crimes. They'll be like, just do it, you know what I mean? Go do a couple of years, come home, do the same stuff again.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Tanisha.
Hey, Tanisha, talk to us. What's your thought?
Good morning, everybody. This is my first time getting through.
Good morning.
So I'm a criminal justice major and a juvenile studies minor, and people always think that harsh punishment is the key, but these kids are coming from troubled backgrounds. They need rehabilitation. They need treatment. We need to know what the root problem is versus just put everybody in jail, give them 25 years. So I think, giving them so much time as a child, their brain is not fully developed. They don't fully understand the consequences, what happens when you break in. You could kill somebody. So they need to be taught a different way, because if this is all they know, this is all they're going to do.
Listen, I agree with you. That's why I said you got to provide more resources for the youth. But the reality is, all of us say this until it's us. Until it's you in your home, then your whole mindset will change.
I've been through it before. Somebody was actually shooting at me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, somebody tried to carjack you
3-4 times. I got away. They got caught. It was a younger kid from Newark, New Jersey. Now, he got 7 years. 7 years. Some people was like he should have got more, but he was a stupid kid. He thought he was gonna scare me. He thought he could shoot out my tires.
And thank God you're alive.
And thank God I'm alive.
And I think we all know people who have done stuff in their youth that was really dumb, went to jail, and they're a much better person.
But Envy, you once again, you got to stop contradicting yourself.
Why?
Because you already said you'll kill the kids if you get the opportunity yourself.
I'm saying, don't get it twisted.
So,
he would defend. I think he's saying he would defend himself.
Just like that.
But
in that car.
But
if I would have my hammer on me and it would have been a state where I could carry, I would have shot back.
So I want you to think about this. I'm with you, but I want you to think about this. Everybody who this has happened to feels exactly like how you feel right now. They was like, I want these people prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law because they violated me.
Right.
Like this is your house.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
But when you find out that they're 16 to 17, you feel a little something like them. They're just a stupid kid.
Maybe.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's your thoughts, bro?
Hey, DJ Envy, I really feel like you more right. I feel a little bit like Charlamagne right, but just speaking from personal experience, like when I was younger, I had did some really stupid stuff similar to this. Like really stupid. But I got away with it. You know what I'm saying? And it was I only really did it because I was young and I was dumb and like I wanted to show my guys that I would do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But the whole time I'm like, man, I ain't really feeling this. You know what I'm saying? But I did it anyway just to show them like I'm about that. You know. But when it was all said and done and I really got to reflecting, I was like, yo, that could have went crazy. I could have got killed. I could be locked up still.
That's right.
So I ended up straightening my life out. Now that was like 10, 15 years ago. I'm a grown man now, and I wouldn't even consider doing something like that. So when you're a kid and you stupid, I agree with you on that note. Like, maybe the punishment shouldn't be so harsh. But to Charlamagne's point, sometimes when people get away with doing stuff over and over, they're going to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because they like, oh, yeah, well, last time that worked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just keep doing it, and then somebody will get hurt. So maybe the punishment should be harsh in that sense, too. So it's kind of complicated.
What about and we talk about these kids? What's the thing in Jersey, Jersey and New York, the bail reform?
The bail reform, yeah. So what they've been saying is a lot of people that have been doing these home invasions or robbing houses or even robbing cars, that because of bail reform now is when the police lock them up, next day they back out. And what they're doing is they're back to stealing cars. Like a lot of people they find out that are breaking into these houses, and a lot of people that are actually stealing these cars are numerous offenders. So they're doing this 4 or 5 times, but because of this new bail reform, the cops can't hold them in jail. So these kids come out, and because they get no punishment, they're back out there doing it. And for a 17-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid, you steal a car, you're selling that car for $3 to $10 grand.
That's right.
So that's everything for you. And then they're giving it to the big homie who's selling that car for 30, 40, 50 grand or 100 grand. And we're seeing that a lot. But
I agree with everybody. Yes, you have to provide more resources for the youth. We got to provide more opportunity, for the youth. But there's a reason that your parents, at least with men, they tell us. My daddy was telling me since I was a kid. The consequences of these kind of actions.
And some people don't have parents in their lives that are telling them things like that.
But even if you don't have parents, you got eyes, you got ears. Like, you see these kids getting
It's like kind of your
40
environment,
years.
who you grow up around, what you see other people around you doing, you get influence. And I think ideally we would want to see change in these kids, because maybe not 25 years, but maybe you go to jail for 5 years, you learn your lesson, you come out, become a better citizen.
All right. Well, what's the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story, what I said earlier for me is just like, yes, you got to provide, more resources for the youth, more opportunity for youth. That's number one. But for those who choose to still commit those crimes, even though they have more than enough examples to see that this does not work out the way you think it's going to work out, you got to at least make an example out of them. You got to at least threaten them with crazy time. Because kicking in somebody's door, knowing a family is in there, and you got guns, that's a different type of premeditated evil, bro.
Yeah, I get it. And I will also say this is I really feel like a lot of these bail reforms, we have to straighten it out. Because if these kids are getting locked up and they're coming out the next day and they're doing the same thing a day later.
And you hearing these stories.
Right.
You're like, yo, they got locked up, but came out a week later, they did the same exact crime.
How about this, right? And I'll tell you before we leave. They stole my wife's car about 2 months ago, right? When they stole my wife's car, when we called the police, we got the car back. But when we called the police knew exactly who took it. It was like, oh, it's the same gang. Let me go to his Instagram. And on his Instagram, he posted a picture in the car.
That's crazy.
They knew exactly what it was. But they couldn't go get him because they were like, we can't prove that that's your car.
That's
because
crazy.
that's kind of like racism to say that this kid can't afford that type of car. So we actually have to catch him in the car. We got the car back, but that's what it is. And they arrested him. He got out the next day, and he's back stealing cars again.
And another problem is the justice system, because there's no real correction. They call these places correctional facilities, but they're not really correcting these people when they go.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? So the only thing I can think is provide resources for these kids early and scare the hell out of them, threaten the hell out of them with some really wild, prison time, and hopefully that keeps them from preventing crimes.
All right.
Keeps them from doing crimes, committing crimes.
We got rumors on the way, E?
Yes, Beyonce has unveiled her full track list for her new album, Renaissance.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
What's happening?
All right, well, let's get to the rumors. What'd you say? Beyonce. All right, let's get to the rumors to Beyonce. I thought you said Mike Tyson.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee.
Rumor has it.
On The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right. Well, Beyonce has unveiled the full track list for her album. This is going to be her 7th studio album. It's called Renaissance. Of course, she has her single, Break My Soul, that's going to be on the album. And some of the titles include I'm That Girl, Cozy, Cuff It, Energy, Church Girl, Plastic Off the Sofa, Move, Heated, America Has a Problem, All Up in Your Mind, Summer Renaissance. So that's just some of of the songs on there. This is her first solo project since Lemonade, which was back in 2016. So that is going to hit streaming services on the 29th.
Have they talked about features or no features?
It does not say on this picture that they posted, so we don't know that yet.
Guarantee Blue Ivy on the album. Young Blue is on the album.
If they can afford it. They might
if
not
they
be
can
able to
afford it.
it.
You're right.
Now, she said, creating this album allowed me a place to dream and to find escape during a scary time for the world. It allowed me to feel free and adventurous in a time when little else was moving. My intention was to create a safe place, a place without judgment, a place to be free of perfectionism and overthinking, a place to scream, release, feel freedom. It was a beautiful journey of exploration. I hope you find joy in this music. I hope it inspires you to release the wiggle.
I am absolutely interested in hearing where Beyonce is at in her journey. I mean, she's a mother now, you know, a wife. I want to hear that from her.
All right, and Mike Tyson on his podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, he was talking with therapist Sean McFarlane, who specializes in trauma and addiction. And here's what he had to say about death.
One day, of course. Then when I look in the mirror, I see those little spots on my face, and I said, wow, man, that's my expiration date is coming close really soon. What do you do about that? How do you think about that death thing?
I don't worry about it, man.
I don't either.
I'm not sweating it.
All right, so he also said that money doesn't mean ish to him. He said, I always tell people they think money's going to make them happy. They've never had money before. When you have a lot of money, you can't expect nobody to love you. How am I going to confess my love to you when you have $500 billion?
Huh?
It's a false sense of security.
People will tell you they love you all day long when you got $500 billion.
That's his point, though. He's saying that
it's not real. But you'll be their big homie, they big bro. You could be younger than them and they'll
anybody
still say,
will confess their love to you if you have $500 billion.
Man,
so how do you can't believe it?
Christ.
But you keep your clique the same. Same people in, same people out. Pause.
Think you can afford a better grade of people
But
to go
trust
in
and
and
believe,
out.
if you have $500 billion, your friends are going to be like, how come I'm not getting this?
You don't have to keep letting the same people in and out. You got $500
People
billion.
do change.
I hate you.
All right, now.
Something more exotic.
All right.
Y'all good?
No, we not. This guy's trying to make me something I'm not.
All right, well, let's move on to Greg Mathis Jr. then.
I'm going to turn you.
He was on Daily Pop with Lonnie Love and Jai Rodriguez. And Greg Mathis Jr. was talking about the time that his dad, Judge Greg Mathis, accidentally walked in on him.
You think Mom and Dad has heard you and Elliot?
Heard? Talk about seen.
Oh, no.
They saw you? Imitate Dad's voice.
Oh, hell no!
It was more like, oh,
So many questions.
Look, my dad ran up the steps and we didn't see him for the whole day.
Really?
It was done after that. We didn't talk about it. We didn't say nothing about it. We still ain't talking about it to this day.
Have y'all gotten a lock on the door? How has this not happened
There was
again?
a lock on the door. We just didn't assume
yeah.
that somebody would just walk in.
And my dad, like, I forget, he does not have boundaries. I mean, if you watch the show, like, he is up in everybody's face. Always
He
doing
the
something.
judge. That's his house. He going wherever he want to go.
Yeah, he should remember that.
He should.
Nah.
Greg Mathis
Nah,
Jr. also talked about his dad, wanting to make sure that he goes public with his sexuality. He's in a relationship with a man, his boyfriend Elliot, and here's what he had to say about that.
It's a lot of love, and I feel good about it because I can just finally be myself. And it is a big deal because you get asked your entire life, like, who are you dating? Who is she? Like, what's going on? And when you're lying about that and you finally get to the point where you can be authentic, it is a big deal to let people know, and people do want to know, particularly with my dad being in the public eye. I got questions my entire life, and so it just feels good to finally put that to bed and be able to move on and live.
He got emotional, and it was shown during the episode of you coming out. How did that make you feel?
I was not expecting that. I know my dad is a tough guy from the streets, so like he tell me all the time, if somebody say something about you, I'm gonna send my goons after him. Like
That's true,
that's the kind of dad I do. Right. That's the dad I expect to get. So when he started crying, I mean, that really touched me, and it just showed me that I was loved.
Everybody should be allowed to live their truth without scrutiny, man.
Yeah, but you gotta lock the door. If you're in my house, you gotta lock the door.
Gotta
Like,
lock the
I'm not. I don't care what goes on, but lock the door. I don't be walking in on my son or my daughter or anybody. No.
But I will say, you ain't locking no doors in my house either if you're my child. You know what I'm saying? This is still my house, and if you're still living under my roof, you ain't locking no doors. So I reserve the right to run up in any room, especially if it's my son. Now, I don't do that to my daughters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that to my 14-year-old. But the
So
son...
your son got his girlfriend or boyfriend over by the crib, right? And they watching TV.
You definitely ain't locking no doors. That girlfriend or boyfriend.
What
you're
did
not
you do
locking
at
no
that
doors.
age?
What do you mean? I had to keep the door open.
Yeah,
Talk
you can't
about
even close
what
the
do
door.
you mean? We had a ranch style house. I had to keep the door, but I couldn't close no damn door in my mama house.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
that's from
Nobody-
Mathis Family
nobody closed
Matters,
door in my
by the
house
way,
either.
guys. So make sure y'all check that out.
And I ain't closed the door in my house either.
Especially when I had some company over. What are you talking about?
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
And I don't know Elliot Cooper, but he is from Monk's Corner. So salute to you, Elliot. Dropping the clues bombs for Elliot Cooper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never locked the door.
I feel like I met him before. I have met him before.
But I never did it when my parents were home and up. Like you know what I mean? Like
You never snuck anybody in the
I
house?
never tried to get no.
No.
I'm a lie.
Well, I live. My bedroom was like next door to my parents' bedroom, so they would hear anything anyway, right?
You wasn't doing
Don't talk
nothing
about what you
anyway.
used to do in your parents'
Every
house.
wasn't
That's
even doing nothing
disrespectful.
anyway.
I think it's disrespectful to even tell. Yeah, I ain't never did nothing in my mom's house.
I wasn't doing nothing.
I think that's disrespectful. I don't never want my mama to think anything like that, even though they probably know anyway. But still.
All right. Well, who you giving that donkey to then?
I am giving donkey to a man who thinks you can cure gay men. I'm giving donkey to a man who thinks that you can deliver people through medicine. His name is Professor Timothy Farage. We'll talk about it. He thinks cheek-to-cheek action is a disease. We shall discuss for after the hour.
All right. I like where this is going. Let's get to it
I know
next.
you would.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our audible pick of the day is Moriarty, The Devil's Game. This original series asks what if Sherlock Holmes was the real villain and his famous nemesis was framed. Start listening with a free 30-day Audible trial at audible.com/breakfastclub.
I was born a donkey.
It's the donkey of the day.
That's time for the donkey of the day. That's pretty funny.
Charlamagne the devil?
Possibly. The Breakfast Club.
I resent that devil remark. Donkey of the day for Thursday, July 21st goes to Professor Timothy Farage. Okay, he is a professor at the University of Texas at Dallas, and he thinks that homosexuality is a disease. Not just a disease, but a disease that can be cured. In fact, he wants us to try to find a cure for homosexuality, especially among men, because homosexual men have anal sex, which can lead to a variety of diseases. Let's go to ABC 8 for the report, please.
Now to a growing controversy at UT Dallas, where a professor tweeted that there should be a, quote, cure for homosexuality. As WFAA's Sydney Persing reports, some students are demanding the university take action.
We send our students to school to learn math, science, history, but Monday at UT Dallas, students learned about something else.
This tweet was horrendous.
A tweet from computer science professor Tim Farage, which read, "Can we at least try to find a cure for homosexuality, especially among men?"
I have nothing against homosexuals. I just was suggesting we try to find a cure.
Farage told me he sent the tweet because he read an article that said monkeypox is mainly spread by men who have sex with other men. To be clear, anyone can contract monkeypox, which is not a sexually transmitted disease.
I'm saying do medical research on the causes for homosexuality.
This man tweeted, "Can we at least try to find a cure for homosexuality, especially among men? Homosexual men have anal sex, which can lead to a variety of diseases." This is like people who think you can pray the gay away, okay? Furthermore, some of y'all care way too much about who other people are sleeping with. I could care less whose cheeks are getting cracked and who's cracking them, okay? Who you sleep with don't make me bust, so why should I care, all right? Furthermore, I don't think there's any medical research that can be done to show what the cause of homosexuality is. Some men's like men's. It is what it is. There isn't, there isn't, that's it, okay? You could be, there's so many other things you could be encouraging people to find a cure for. I mean, cancer, HIV, AIDS, herpes, dementia, Alzheimer's, asthma, forms of heart disease. Did I mention cancer? All right, that's the one we need to be attempting to find a cure for. But this is what happens when y'all make something like monkeypox a gay thing. I still don't understand why Dr. Fauci said this.
Well, if you look at the numbers, the overwhelming proportion of people who have been infected are men who have sex with men. But it is not exclusive to that demographic group. It is an infection that is spread by close physical contact, skin to skin contact.
When I first heard that Fauci comment, I said to myself, why did he say that? If it's not an STD, what's the point of saying it? If it's not exclusive to gay men, what's the point of speaking it? Now, commentary like that is prompting people like Professor Farage to put their homophobia on display in the form of saying, hey, I care about all these people getting diseases and we must stop men from having anal sex because it leads to a variety of diseases. Now, I don't know what should happen to this professor because the reality is he's just wrong, okay? But this is a human who is in charge of shaping and molding a generation of people. That's dangerous. But then again, maybe not, because it's not like he's leading a class on the dangers of men clapping other men's cheeks, but the idea that you would think someone's sexual preference is a disease. That means all of our sexual preferences must be a disease, right? For example, people who don't eat bunkie probably think people who eat bunkie are sick, right? Jamaican men who lie about not eating poom poom, because y'all know y'all be lying about not eating poom poom, they think men who openly discuss eating poom poom are sick. But we know nothing wrong with us. Envy, you feel you need to be cured of any of those things?
No.
No, right? Because they are not diseases. They are desires. And who our heart wants is who our heart wants. Okay, what we choose to do in the bedroom is our business. Now, furthermore, with that said, I think bigotry is a disease. Okay, I think not liking someone because of what they are is an absolute sickness. Can we get some resources poured into curing that? All right, because that disease has caused more harm and death than being gay ever will. Please give Timothy Farage the sweet sounds of the hand. You know what? Please give Timothy Farage, let Remy Ma give Timothy, whatever the hell his name is, the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
I'm about to say I can't get Timothy out my mouth, but then he would say I was sick if I said that. Timothy Farage, that's his name.
All right. All right.
What?
What? Take Timothy out your mouth.
I did. I got it out.
Thank God.
I got him right out. I spit it out. Spit him right out. It took a little while, but I spit him right out.
It's uncomfortable.
Does he think I need to be cured? Huh?
No.
Ha!
No, I don't care what you and Timothy do.
I ain't say nothing about Timothy.
Yes, you did.
I did say something about Timothy. You're right. I just did a whole donkey today about him. You're absolutely right.
All right. Well,
that's true.
Up next is Ask Ye. 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, you can ask Ye right now.
It's
Again,
Ask Ye, but it's going to be Ass C&E.
800-58. This guy is on a roll today. What's like 800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Come on.
Need relationship advice? Need personal advice? Just need real advice. Call up now for Ask Ye.
Keep it real.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time for Ask Ye. Hello, who's this?
This is Mr. B. I want to remain anonymous, though, but I'm just going to say Mr. B from Dayton, Ohio.
Okay. Man, I can't with you this morning. All right, Mr. D, that wants to be anonymous. What's your question for you?
Well, good morning. Good morning, Miss Yee and Charlamagne the God, my dude.
Yo.
He's DJ Envy.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing?
What's up, Mr.
Listen,
B?
Man. Ain't nothing, man. She's my ex-girlfriend right now.
Ooh.
But she want to get back with me, but my question is, it's a white girl. She only date black guys.
Okay.
And we was going to the Taste of Cincinnati on a Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So she decided she want to drive her car. So I get in the driver's side, and I look on the floorboard, and I see a Black and Mild rapper. That's you know how they
Yep.
Okay, so a Black and Mild rapper with tobacco in it.
Ooh.
I don't smoke Black and Mild. She don't smoke Black and Mild, and I didn't want to accuse her, so I said to myself, maybe one of her girlfriends smoking and left it. So I picked it up and I said, can you explain this to me? And she hit me with the okie doke, Oh, it flew in the window. Man, take that on down the road.
Oh, man, she lied.
How it gonna fly in the window and it got tobacco in it? Then she say, well, I got at the gas station, must have stuck to the bottom of my shoe. I said, ain't nothing sticky on this wrapper. You know what I mean? So she, to this day, that's been probably 2 months ago. To this day, she still ain't come up with no good explanation of how I got in the car. You know what I mean? So then we go on down the road to go down to Cincinnati. Now, I'm a hood dude from from Atlanta. I'm a hood, and she's suburb. So I used to hustle before I started driving truck. I'm a truck driver. So we got pulled over. Some stuff come up from my past, and they put the handcuffs on me. But all they wanted to do was serve me a summons to go to court. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
In and out. She brought that up and want to break up with me. And I'm talking about you gonna get mad with me because I found a black and mild rapper in your car, and you gonna bring up some old stuff to break up with me. So my question is, you think I should forgive her and get back with her or what?
No. They sound like too much drama. First of all, she lies to you, and you know she's lying, right? Secondly,
I know she's lying.
And then she broke up with you at a time that you really, needed her. You already gave her another chance after she lied to you. Why would you go back?
Exactly.
You got out. Get out.
Okay. That's what I needed to hear.
Why were you even considering it?
Because we've been together going on 3 years. Now we done broke up about 4 or 5 times. Because I even went to counseling, like Charlamagne said. I went to counseling to be a better man. Because I got issues, from when I was incarcerated. Abandonment issues and stuff like that.
I'm proud of you, King.
And so she went to counseling. Thank you, man. Thank you. She went to counseling with me. But the final straw was I brought it up in counseling, and the counselor tried to tell her how young black men grow up in the hood with no father figure and stuff like that. So she tried to tell the counselor what to do. She made the counselor get off the Zoom. He had to hang up.
What? Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, this doesn't sound like it's going anywhere for you.
Okay. That's what I needed to hear because I was on like. Then she tried to put me in a friend zone.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you have anything too positive to say. Everything you've said to me is all the reasons why you don't want to be with her. I just asked you why you want to go back. The only thing you could say is because y'all been off and on for 3 years. That ain't a reason.
Yeah, I'm saying I love her, but I don't love her enough to be miserable. I'll put it that way.
Okay, well, you answered your own question, Mr. B.
Well, thank you, Ms. G. Thank you.
No
you
problem.
Just confirmed it, that's all.
Okay.
Charlamagne, you my dude, man.
I appreciate you, King. I'm proud of you too, brother. Keep being a better version of yourself, man. Keep going to therapy.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good day, man. I sure appreciate it, man.
All right.
You too. Ask Ye, 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice, hit Ye now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I'ma keep it real with you.
Get some real advice with Angela Yee. It's Ask Ye.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're in the middle of Ask Ye. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Toya from Detroit, Michigan.
Hey, Toya.
What up, though?
Hey, what's up? So this is my question. I had a whole situation. I'm getting married August 21st.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And my fiance, one of his sisters, is one of my bridesmaids.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been planning my wedding for like a year and a half now. She recently just popped up and announced to the family that she was pregnant. And she is 5 months pregnant. So by the time my wedding comes, she will be like 6 or 7 months pregnant. So I end up sending her a text message, just kind of like giving her the option, basically because my vision for my wedding was to not to have, a baby bump in the lineup or whatever. So I sent her a text message and kind of just like, I didn't put her out of the wedding, but I gave her the option. I just basically made it sound good and just told her, like, I don't know how you're going to be feeling at the time. So if you want to opt out, that's totally fine. I still want you to be a part of it.
You didn't kick her out, but you kicked her out.
You tried to convince. All right, so go ahead.
So that sounds like I kicked her out?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so it was a whole big thing. So the following day, my fiance's father had called, and he was like basically checking my fiance, like, why would she put her out of the wedding? So it was a big thing between me and my fiance. We went to counseling on it and everything, and basically the counselor he didn't say I was wrong, but he kind of sided with my fiance on it, and he was saying that it was a sensitive situation for her already, and for me to kind of add to it, it could be kind of detrimental or whatever. But me and her made up, and I love her to death. Like, she's one of my closest. Like, I'm very close to her, so I felt so bad about the situation, and I really didn't want it to come off as I put her out. But that's what everybody is taking it as, and now it's just kind of awkward. Like, she's back in the wedding, but it's just awkward. I feel like it's awkward for her. I feel like it's a little awkward for me.
Well, did you tell her that you were wrong? Because sometimes you do have to just say, I was really wrong for doing what I did.
Yeah, I did. I did. And she was like, thank you for taking accountability. Like, I said it just like that. Like, that was totally wrong. I was like, that was the dumbest shit I could have ever said to you. I was like, I'm so sorry, and I still want you to be a part of the wedding. But coming from my point of view, like, I just felt like that wasn't my vision for my wedding. And me being a bride, I had a certain, like, you know, vision that I wanted. So I felt like the baby bump was kind of like, you know, be in the pictures and all this and that or whatever. But that's... And then when the situation happened, I felt like, okay, now I'm obligated to have her at my wedding because it's a big thing.
I get it. Look, I understand that people have visions of how they want things to look visually, but it really is a beautiful thing. And you said that's one of your best friends. You love her. The last thing you want to do is hurt her feelings. I mean, she didn't plan to get pregnant to try to ruin your vision for your wedding.
You're right. You're right. You're right. And I appreciate that. And that's why I've just been talking to other people, getting like other people's point of views. And mostly everybody I talk to kind of say the same thing. Like, you got to apologize for that. That was wrong. And, you know, just move forward. I just don't want it to be awkward going forward with us.
It's only going to be awkward if you make it awkward. I'm sure she doesn't want it to be awkward either. Maybe y'all need some alone time to go to dinner or something for you to just, you know, formally apologize to her, show her that, you know that you were wrong. It was selfish. You were being a little bit of a bridezilla.
Yeah.
And you can admit that and just say, you know, it is a lot for me. It's been stressful, but I never wanted to put that on you. And congratulations to you. And I'm excited that your child will be here to share this day with us in your belly.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds real good. And I did. So I also told her after the wedding is over, I got something special planned for her, just to show her that my apology was sincere and just to show her that I love her.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. You messed up. That's all.
Damn, I messed up. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I love y'all so much. I listen to y'all every morning. I'm in the car with my son this morning. He be telling me to call like, Mom, try to get in. We be calling from 2 phones. So I'm so happy I got through.
That's what it is. Tell him he said what's up.
Yeah, what's your son's name?
He right here. Say what's up. What's up?
What's up?
Peace, young king. How you doing, brother? Be good to your mama, man.
Good. Okay, I will.
All right.
Have fun at the wedding.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.
You too.
You too. ASCII 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way.
Yes, and let's talk about Dave Chappelle. They actually canceled a show of his at a venue, and we'll tell you the reason why and what he's doing next.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, yesterday, Dave Chappelle was supposed to perform at First Avenue in Minneapolis. By the way, if you don't know what First Avenue is, it's the club that was featured in Purple Rain with Prince, where he was performing. Y'all recall that? It's an iconic venue. They ended up canceling the show after complaints from the LGBTQ plus community hours before the show. They issued a statement to its social media account saying that it would be moved to the Varsity Theater. They said to staff, artists, and our community, we hear you and we are sorry. We know we must hold ourselves to the highest standards, and we know we let you down. We are not just a black box with people in it, and we understand that First Ave is not just a room, but meaningful beyond our walls. So they did say for ticket holders, look for an email with information on your ticket transferring to the show at Varsity Theater.
I really hope when venues do stuff like this, Dave still gets all his money. I'm sure he does.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I'm sure he got his money before he got on the plane.
But
and went.
even the percentage of ticket sales, I'm sure Dave gets a percentage of ticket sales too. I think he should get some of that as well because it's a waste of his time. Because
it was sold out, so he probably got the money in advance.
But no, I'm talking about not just the money that he gets paid for the show. He gets paid a percentage of the tickets as well.
Right.
So if they're refunding people their money, I think that the venue should be liable to pay Dave what he would have made off of those ticket sales.
He didn't do anything
wrong. Well, they moved the show to another spot, so I guess all the ticket holders were still able to go to the show.
Oh, they moved it.
Yeah, that's what I said. They said it's moved to the Varsity Theater.
I thought you said they canceled it.
No, I said it twice. I said they moved it.
So he still performed
to Varsity. Yes, to Varsity Theater, and they sent an email to people with confirmation with their tickets.
So what's the
point? To go
point?
to the other theater. So
what was the point then? They just didn't want it in that venue?
At that venue, yeah. I guess the venue was getting backlash.
And I feel bad because I know Dave loves Prince so much. He probably was excited to do his show in that particular location. And if you know his heart, you know he doesn't have any issues with the LGBTQ plus community, but I guess the closer is what's causing all this.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell the LGBTQ community what to be upset about, but you know, it's a waste of Dave's time because this venue knew who it was getting in business with. Like
a long time ago when they booked it.
Yeah. When the show sold out,
That's
you know.
right.
I think it sold out in 5 minutes too.
That's right. You knew that some members of the LGBT community would have a problem with this. So, you know, for you to waste my time like that, I need to get paid.
All right, now Division has a new single coming out tomorrow. It's called If I Get Caught. All right. You know, I love Division, so I got to make sure we talk about this. Now, they posted If I Get Caught this Friday, the anthem we all needed, produced by Jermaine Dupri. And they also added Brian Michael Cox and, of course, 1985, who's in the group. And they posted a message, a text conversation with Jay-Z, where Jay-Z said, "Ha! I didn't think one could make a song more toxic than Song Cry. I stand corrected." So I guess this is going to be a very toxic song. And so as they're trying to clear the sample, they said, "Ha, is that a yes?" And Jay-Z responded, "I just want a disclaimer that says that I said this song is wrong and you're good."
That wasn't with Division. That was with Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, with Jermaine Dupri, who produced it.
Mm-hmm.
So Division posted it on their page.
Mm-hmm. So did
that
JD,
conversation.
yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it.
All right. So they also have a trailer for the song, and here is that trailer for If I Get Caught.
We're going to listen to a song, If I Get Caught.
Somebody finally said it.
I am polyamorous.
I am monogamous in a relationship.
I'm married.
I am single.
In a relationship.
I am bisexual.
I'm straight.
What was your gut reaction to the song?
I'm triggered.
Very gaslighty.
Low-key disrespectful.
Got me in the feeling.
I understand what he's saying. I just don't agree with it.
Don't treat these bitches like they number one. That's some toxic
Yeah. He ain't. Yeah,
I promise. I just feel like he was telling the truth. A man wants slut in the woman.
Okay, Drake.
Yo,
edit this out.
So I guess the song is going to be very toxic when we hear it tomorrow. So can't wait to hear what that's all about. All right. And, you know, they are signed to OVO, to Drake. And so by the way, Drake also congratulated Bad Bunny yesterday on breaking Spotify streaming records. He broke his own all-time record for biggest streaming year for any artist in Spotify history with over 10.3 billion through July 17th. So Drake posted, "At Bad Bunny, my guy is moving different." I mean, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is your Rumor Reports.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Let's get to the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Again, I want to remind you guys, August 20th, it goes down my car show in Atlantic City. It's a family fun day, so bring the kids, bring your mama, bring your grandfather, bring your father. It's a family fun day, so we got amusement rides for the kids, carnival games. There's going to be a BMX show. There's going to be a roller skating rink. And then we got celebrity cars and all types of cars, from Meek Mill, 50 Cent, Little Uzi, to Jim Jones, Fat Joe, Fabulous, DJ Clue, Little Kim, and so many more. Trader Truth and Lynn's Garage are going to be bringing the Southern car, so we're going to be doing the South versus New York. So if you want to get your car in the show, I want to see you pull up, all right? And link in the bio for all information and to get your tickets.
All right, let me get a couple plugs,
Go ahead,
man.
Get your plug.
I want to tell everybody.
Plug or you got it?
Shut up. Sunday, August 28th is the Black Effect Podcast Festival in Brooklyn. Make sure you go get your tickets at blackeffect.com/podcast festival. It's an opportunity to see a lot of your favorite podcasts live, like the 85 South Show and Horrible Decisions, just to name a couple of those. And we got a business of podcasting panel and a woman of podcasting panel. So join us. We're going to have food, drinks, all of that good stuff on Sunday, August 28th. And I want to say, man, salute to my good brother, Kevin Hart. You know, we got our company at Audible SBH Productions. Today, we dropped our second release on SBH Productions. It's called The Summer of 85. It's narrated by Kevin Hart, created by my man Chris Morrow. Salute to my guy Chris. And it tells the story about the summer of 1985 in Philadelphia. Eddie, you from Philly. You remember what happened in the summer of 85, right? It was when they had the Live Aid concert, and it was the bombing of the headquarters of Move. So, you know, Summer of 85 tells that story, and it's narrated by Kevin Hart. So everybody that has an Audible subscription, go check that out today. And if you don't have an Audible subscription, go get one and go listen to Summer of 85. Came out today, courtesy of SBH Productions. So thank you for all the support.
All right. Well, hit us with a positive note.
The positive note is simply this, man, and it's really quite simple, and I just really want you to pay attention to it. What's for you won't lower your vibration. That's how you'll know.